Good morning, Spire Nation. It is Monday morning, the first day in August. It is beautiful outside, at least I think so. It is looks like it's sunny and it's not raining. That is a really good thing. Welcome everyone to this Monday morning. Share with us where you are, what you're doing on this beautiful Monday morning. If you are driving, be safe. I'm here to give you a few power minutes this morning. My name is Brigitte Höfele. I am one of the founding members of Spire with Bill Courtwright, my partner in care. And Billy, big shout out to you. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I know I did. It was very relaxing and it's definitely something I needed. Sometimes we don't even know how much we're yearning to relax until we do it, and I go in kicking and screaming. So here we go again to this Monday. Let's make it a great week. Today I'm gonna start a part 1 and part 2. So this week we're gonna do part 1, next week we're gonna do part 2 of 10 things smart people don't say, or you wanna leave those words out as much as you possibly can, or at least these words that I'm about to share with you, and there's going to be 5 this week and 5 next week, use them very intentionally, because you can use those words to break a pattern. You can use those words as a pattern interrupt if you want to startle someone, or if you really want to use it very deliberate. That's a good thing. At least then you know that you're using it in a deliberate way, in an intentional way, and not just overusing it. Because quite frankly, I don't know about you, I get emails, I read web copy or Facebook or LinkedIn copy, and I just go, apparently that person didn't even put a thought into what they were writing. They were just basically writing everything that was in their head. And I'm pretty sure that you've read a copy like that, maybe even in a very, personal text message, where you're going, really, did that person really mean it that way? Or did it just come out that way? Because our communication, I take these glasses off, our communication is a great mirror for how we think and how we feel. And when we can read it and decipher it, we can actually make meaning of it and create a baseline of where that person is, so we can pick that person up where they are in their mindset and maybe lead them to a better mindset, or maybe lead them out of their limitation into a better mindset, right? At the end of the day, we aspire, we come together, and we're of service to others. And when we can help someone have a better day, a better week, a better minute, that means that we've got to pick them up where they're at, and not just kind of go, hey, over here. No, we got to really pick them up, almost physically, and love on them and care for them so they can see the other side. Often we just want to, kind of grab them and say, come over here to the other side so you can see it. And that's where you get resistance. And, way back when we started these Kickstarts calls, I started with the success patterns, and I'm going to go into those success patterns again. When there's resistance in another person, that's just great feedback that your communication is not intentional and it's not landing with that person, right? So if there's any kind of resistance, that's just a good feedback. There's never failure. That's another success pattern. There's always feedback. And with that feedback, you can do a whole lot of things if you are willing to do so. Now, if you're willing, if you're just trying to get a different result with sending the same copy, sending the same email, sending the same text message, it's like, pounding your head against the wall and going, stop the headache, stop the headache, stop the headache. That's just insanity. And quite frankly, that's just dumb. So, and with me, you always know what you get. So let's dive into the first 5 things that smart people don't say. And the first one is already one of my favorite, and it is the word but. Often, very often, and sometimes I even do it and I get called out on it, we say something and then we interfere whatever that thought was with the word but, and then we continue. For instance, if I would say to my husband, honey, I love those pants that you're wearing. I love you, but those pants that you're wearing are just not nice, right? So the but is a it's a linguistic eraser. It erases the first part of that sentence. I love you, but those pants that you're wearing are no good. They're ugly, right? So I'm putting the I love you with the pair of pants, and I'm putting the focus on the pair of pants, and the but erases the first part of the sentence. Now, will I ever say that to him? Probably not. I would just probably lay out another pair of pants. And this is what I just modeled. You can say something and still have an opinion about something else without using the word but. So there's a beautiful, the but is like a shovel that shovels a big gap between the first part of the sentence and the second part. The word and builds a bridge, right? So if you say, I love you, honey, and those pants are just not the right pants, can you find some other pants, right? So it's all about being cognizant of the words that we're choosing. And I've seen people and heard people that will, train themselves to not use the word but, and then they use the word however, same thing, different word. So however and but are in the same category, don't use them, right? Say the word and. The and builds a bridge from the first part of the sentence to the second part of the sentence. So make a note of the word but. Now, like I said earlier, you can use that word very intentional to actually erase that first part of the sentence, right? So you can use the word intentional, but you got to be aware of it. That's the first word. The second word is the word just. Just is so highly overused. And there are two meanings of the word just. One is it diminishes and it makes things small. The other meaning is it's almost like a timely thing. Give me one more minute. I'm just about to be finished. So in that sense, I would encourage you to use it because it gives a clear indication of how quick you're done or how quick, something's about to happen. I'm just about to leave. That's totally fine. We'll leave that there. When you're saying, hey, do you I just want to meet with you for a second. Well, that means that the meeting with you is not really important. You're making yourself small when you're using the word just. So be very mindful of how powerful that word is when in terms of making something small, a responsibility, a task, or an importance of something. You can make sure that in your communication moving forward that you empower, that you are letting go of the word just when it is, I just need a few minutes, or I just did that. I just did, a little list of 10 things that are not maybe important. That's also a lack of confidence. So be very mindful of the word just when it comes to diminishing or making things small. Hope that you're making some notes, and I'll put them in the notes as well later on. The third one is the word if. I often read it, specifically, I've noticed it in social media posts where people are starting their sentences in their social media posts wanting to empower their team with the word if, but boy, that just goes south because they're questioning the people that they're writing to. Instead, they can use the word when, and now it empowers, and it's not a question. If you want to make this decision at some point, well, it's very questionable. But when you replace the word if with the word when, now it becomes empowering, and it actually is going to happen. You're presupposing that it is happening. So when you make the decision to come follow me and write down these words that I'm sharing with you, you will be more empowered and you will be more successful. See, if I say that sentence with an if you use these, so there's a big question in if you're even going to use them, and that makes me sound less confident. It makes me sound less confident in you. And when I say, when you use those, that's presupposing that you are going to use them and that you are going to write them down and use them. Then you're going to be more successful in writing your copy and speaking more empowered with other people. Just, you know, even if you're not in business, just with your spouse, just with your friend. So the word if has its place, don't overuse it, replace it with the word when. Oh, I did a post on this yesterday, and then I learned that the post that I shared, which was a quote and a visual that Lori's company, Lori Thomas's company, developed, gosh, I want to say almost 10 years ago. And I shared it in 2013, and it popped up as a memory yesterday, and I shared it, and then Lori texted me, and she says, oh my goodness, we were connected for all these years, and little did we know, because her little logo is right in the middle of that quote and that meme. So go look on my Facebook page. It's a great little fun little meme or quote, however you want to call it, and it's got the word Cant. So the quote that is on the visual of the Facebook post says, success comes in cans, failure comes in can'ts. So there's your word, can't. And I wrote, back in the days, I wrote a big old blog on it. The word can't is the worst 4-letter word that anyone can say. And when I wrote it for parents, because often as parents, we tell our children all of these things that they can't do. Well, guess what? Children are an absorbent sponge, and they believe that whatever, you know, a thought leader, a parent, teacher tells them that they can't do, that becomes their reality. And same for adults, right? When one says, I can't do that, I can't make it this afternoon to my meeting. Well, can't you? Or don't you want to? Or do you choose not to? Or did you give something else a priority of that meeting? So be very mindful of the word can't, because mind turns into matter. If you continue to tell yourself, I can't draw. And I did that for a very long time because my sister's a really great artist. She's amazing. And I continued to tell myself I can't draw, because every time she would pick up a pencil and draw something, and I would pick up a pencil and draw something, hers always looked like amazing and mine always looked like a stick figure. So for the longest time, I told myself I can't do what she's doing, until she sat down with me one day and she said, just want you to close your eyes, and I just want you to start feeling what the pencil is doing on the paper. Now, and just out of your memory, draw your finger. And I opened my eyes and we laid my finger beside what I was drawing, and it was my finger. So unless you're really looking at that limitation of your language, will you be able to become aware of where that limitation is? Because often it happens so subconsciously and so subliminally, and it just kind of snug in at some point and it just stayed there, right? So see where you're telling yourself of what you can't do, and replace it of, okay, so if I'm telling myself I can't do that, is it a choice? Is it something that I'm really wanting to manifest? And let's look on the flip side. How can I? Or what is the other opportunity here on the opposite side of can't? Okay, so 5th word for today is try. Try almost goes in the same category as hope, and I think I have hope for next week. So try is something, you know, if we were sitting in the same room and I would say, hey, Bill, hold this pen, try to hold this pen, and Bill would grab it and take it. That is not trying, that is holding the pen, right? Now, if I reach out to him and I say, hey, Bill, try to hold this pen, and he wouldn't hold the pen, he's not trying to not hold the pen. He is not holding the pen. It is either holding the pen or not holding the pen. There is no trying, okay? So if someone says to you, I'll try to make my meeting this afternoon, they already made up their mind that that's probably not gonna happen. So, you know, I'll try to do my very best. If someone says, I'll try to do my very best, try, when I coach my clients, is like a little sneaky back door that people leave open, that when they just didn't feel like it, or they're like, you know, I'll just kind of wing it. That's where they sneak out. They sneak out the try door. So make a decision. Do you want to do it and then playful out, or do you not want to do it and then state it and say, I'm not doing it? And I find, from my work here in the US and my work in Germany, that often people around me here in the US like to use the word try because they don't want to confront. I come from a culture that's a little bit more confrontational, but they still use the word try. I don't want to, tell you that we're better than, there's one culture better than others, because there's not. But it comes from a place of not wanting to confront something, right? That person might have a whole lot of things on their to-do list for today, or a whole lot of goals for today, and then they don't want to disappoint the other person of not showing up for the meeting, so they'll say, I'll try. At least you tried. It's kind of that, everyone can be a winner. No, you either do it or you don't. So make your decision, put your stake in the ground, or say, I'm not putting my stake in the ground at all. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to show up. I just can't make it today. No is always a great answer, unless you want to say yes. So make up your mind, yes or no. There is no try. As Yoda said, do or do not do. There is no try. I will leave it at that. I am almost at my full 20 minutes this morning. In the comments, please, if someone wrote down the words, share them with the others. You can just put them in the chat box or in the comment box on Facebook. I will share them as well. Also, share with us, what is your best practices for this week? What are you doing that really sets you up for success on this Monday morning? Maybe there's something that you want to share with us as a celebration from last week. Maybe there's something that you want us to hold you accountable and go, look, guys, I'm done trying. I'm going to do this week. And I want to celebrate it by Friday, because I'm going to finish it by Friday. I want to celebrate with our Aspire Nation. So also put it in the comment box. We want to celebrate you. We want to anchor the success in. So whatever it is, we're here to hold you at your highest success. We're here at holding you to what you're doing without any buts and a lot of ands. So make it an incredible Monday. Make it an incredible week. Let us know how we can support you. We will see you Thursday at 5:30 is our next Spire Nation. I'm sorry, our next Spire event. That is this coming Thursday at the American Cut Rooftop at 5:30. We'll see you there. Definitely excited to see you there. Thank you guys for a beautiful start to this week. Make it a great one. Let me know how I can be of service. Mwah! Ciao for now.